Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of A Chapter a Day Keeps the Doctor Away. My name is Alan, otherwise known as C-Suite, and I'm from ReverseThieves.com as well as the Speakeasy podcast. And this time I'm looking at Chapter 2 of the heroic legend of Arslan, otherwise known as The Encounter at Atropatene. And it's 3 years since the last chapter, and everything has gone upside down for the kingdom of Pars. The country that they defended in the last chapter, that they easily took out the invading army, it starts, and it seems out of nowhere, the Lustanian army totally wrecked that country, seemingly almost overnight, and is already moving on to Pars, to the point where the king has had to ride out and beat these guys back. And so Arslan is going to be in his first real battle as the king is leading his best cavalrymen to cut this army off at the pass and, show them what's for. And they seem like, all right, the battle is on our turf, so we know the land. We only had to ride out a short amount of time. We've got our best troops. Our cavalry is undefeated. Our king undefeated. These guys, they don't know where they are. They're not that good. And, this is going to be a simple cakewalk. And so, Arslan is nervous, and you can tell right off the bat that things aren't going to go super well, because Arslan gets back one of his hawks, and he notices, hey, its wings are wet. There's really no, clouds around here. Why is that? Somebody I should, and he tries to tell people about it, and everybody's like, you're a warrior. It's your first battle. Everything's going to be fine. And as we see, Darion, who saved him in the last chapter, or at least tried to save him in the last chapter, is, taking his concerns to the king as well about what Arslan learned. And the king's like, what? Essentially, he's Grand Moff Tarkin. Retreat? At our moment of triumph? Inconceivable, you coward! And he basically calls Darion a coward, and maybe even a traitor. He's like, why should we fall back? A little mist isn't gonna, because now it's obvious that, this somewhat unnatural fog is rolling in. It's like, it's fog, whatever. We can't see them as well, but they can't see us as well either, so who cares? We outnumber them, we're better than them, and we know the land. I mean, we just gotta hit them with superior tactics and numbers. I mean, if we wait until we fall back to the kingdom, we could get some unnecessary losses of property that we don't want. Plus, you think they're going to be nice to the land as they roll through? No. Stop worrying over nothing. And in fact, he persists in the king being a prideful man. It's just like, you know what? Your title gone, and just be thankful I do not kill you right here for questioning me. And so, Darion's like, look, man, kind of had a feeling that was the way it was going to go, but I had to save my peace. If I lost my position or even my life, so be it. And his dad takes him aside, and in a speech that pretty much says, yeah, I don't think we're going to make it. It's like, hey, are you loyal to Arslan? Yeah, always. Yeah, protect them all the time. Okay. And it's pretty much, I mean, the audience knows, but Daryun doesn't, that he's like, yeah, we're probably gonna die here. I mean, I don't want to say that, and hey, it might not happen, but just in case, watch the prince, okay? Bling. And we get this little speech also about, so, you know, Arslan, if he took care, after anybody, would it be his dad or his mom? And he's like, definitely his mom. He doesn't look anything like his dad. Interesting observation, Darian. I won't say anything more about it. What do you think, audience? And I think it's pretty obvious that the queen might be his mother, but his father is not the king, which I think explains a lot of the family resentment. Who exactly his actual father is, I have some suspicions from stuff later on, but we're only going to discuss chapter 2 here. But I only kind of skimmed those chapters, so I don't want to throw out any things, but I think there's one or two possible candidates. I'm going to read a little more before I start throwing out theories, but I think it's very clear whoever his dad is, it is not the current king. And so they ride out into the fog, and what do you know? There's unexpected, what do you call it, pits. And they're filled with oil, and so the cavalry charges in, and the first wave of them gets burnt alive as they fall into these oil-filled pits that get set on fire. And then guard towers appear with, filled with archers, plugging the cavalry full of holes. And then pikemen as well, and you can just, quickly, what turns into like a magnificent charge quickly is turning into a rout. All of Arslan's, guards are killed, and in fact, he's forced to kill his first man in battle, which is actually a pretty, not fully Rashomon desperate battle, but definitely not like, I heroically slayed my first enemy. More like, I guess I won my first battle and I'm traumatized for life about it, but I gotta get over it because I want to survive. And so, yeah, the chapter ends with Darian being like, oh man, Colin, I totally got killed, but I see you over there. Please come help me. And he's like, oh, he's with the enemy troops. And he seems to be hunting for me. Yeah, I think we had a traitor, and I think I know who it is. Doom. Not the best situation for me to be in. So, yeah, we can already see how this battle is going south. The first wave has already been broken, the army is in disarray, the prince is in trouble, and we have a traitor. So, interesting to see where it's going to go from here. I think Arslan might be a orphan soon. The question is, other than Daryun, who is going to survive this? Obviously, Daryun's dad is toast, but I'm curious how many of these generals were in on, Carlin's betrayal. How many of them are just going to get killed? How many of them are going to survive? It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, Arslan, once again, definitely going to live through this. Daryun, pretty much guaranteed. He's got, friend to PC plot armor for now. I mean, he could die later on, but for now he's got to live. So, good classic fantasy. Curious who this Silver Mask guy is. But should be interesting. Holding up to its legacy. And I look forward to seeing more of it. Alright, see you guys next time.